all that, from royal duties to writing bestsellers, the Duchess of York always has a new chapter to share.
And today she joins us on the sofa with her brand new project, Flora and Fern, Wonder in the Woods, her latest children's book. And I've tested this on my littlest boy, James, who's 6, and he loved it.
Oh, thank heaven.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. I was waiting, Kat.
No.
Can you imagine if you turned around and said he
it.
just thought it was a bit rubbish?
Yeah.
No.
On air.
Yeah.
But by the way, that's exactly the type of thing he would say. I think children are so honest about exactly what they think about it. He loved the little moody hedgehog, and we are going to be making ginger biscuits.
Good.
Because that's the recipe at the end of the book.
Absolutely, because I think I wrote it that parents are going to read it, perhaps some parents are going to read it to their children, so that the parent can then participate in the book as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just, you know, preaching to your child. You can all have an interactive, collaborative family moment.
And you make the ginger biscuits. Are you a good baker then?
No, Claire is over there. No. Shan't cook, won't cook, don't cook. No. But I love what tastes good and looks good.
Well, look, Anton's coming in next week to help people bake. Maybe we could sort you out with some decent baking.
Ben, actually, when they went up there earlier on and I saw that, I thought, maybe I should come on and just say, Anton, teach me, please. I do not even know. I mean, you know, I was quite lucky to marry a prince.
You'll never go hungry. That's one good. That's one good. He could even give you a twirl around. What's so cute about the book, though, is the characters and the illustrations. They're so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, Denise Hughes.
Yeah.
And New Frontier Publishing. I really, it's all hats off to them because it was such a vision of mine. I really am determined more children should read, use their imagination. I mean, 1 in 12 child doesn't have a book. One doesn't have a book.
That's so sad.
And also, I'm patron of the children's literacy, and I want every child to have the imagination of diving in, like your son, to try and see a grumpy hedgehog, or you know, or just to look at nature. And I think everyone talks about climate change, everyone talks about this, but what I'm saying is, at a very early age, let's teach children to love leaves and make teacups out of rhododendron leaves, or look at butterflies and go and imagine yourself in nature's garden and just go, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wrote it.
So good.
You have, I mean,
Thank you.
Kat used her youngest as a critic for the book,
test.
but you have your own critics as well, of course. You have grandchildren.
Yes.
What's their reaction to your book? Do you test them on them?
Well, Ben, honestly, coming on live television, you get nervous. But in front of my grandchildren, I'm like, OK, like it. And luckily, August usually told me that August loves it.
Amazing.
And he's 3.5, nearly 4, I think. And then there's Ernest, and he just eats it, so that's fine.
Because he's little.
Yeah.
He's little.
He's gingerbread recipe, I can eat it. No. And then Sienna is just, she loves it. Yeah.
And you've got another one on the way as well, am I right?
Yes, you are right. Thank you.
Which is, I mean, how
Got
does
a football
this...
team.
You're nearly there. Our boys are 19 and 17, and Annie is already excited about the prospect of being a grandmother. I mean, that seems a little bit early for me. How does it feel being a grandmother, Sarah?
How do you describe being a grandmother? It is one of the most precious, joyful, exciting moments because you're so proud of your own children and they've done such a good job. But then these are little naughties again that you can play again. And since I am clearly only a 3-year-old, I am actually loving making Barbie houses again.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
And now I have to play trains, Ben. I have to learn
Good boys, yes, because there's boys there.
Yes, and boys are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got to know not to play with the train and not to do it wrong, and you know, I've got to get it right. So it's really the most extraordinary thing to be a grandmother.
Yeah. I think also they keep you young. They keep you so young, and you have to stay healthy and fit.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Well, I mean, Bet Lynch, eat your heart out.
Yes, by the way.
Seriously.
And the Rovers return up on the cobbles.
Yes, I went there and I loved it. Thank you, Salad Dinavore.
Yeah.
It was wonderful,
Wonderful.
She's lovely.
But just very quickly, I went there at 9:15. I was with the National Breast Cancer Imaging Academy with Sally.
Yeah.
And of course, this is so exciting because they're going to provide more apprenticeships and they're going to provide more jobs for young people to learn how to screen and to analyse and to prevent people from getting breast cancer. And Nikki, the CEO, said, oh, let's hope we can get to a point where breast cancer will be literally in the next generation erased.
Wouldn't that be
and
incredible?
this is incredible, yeah.
They're doing amazing things for the charity. Are they offering advice and courses in how to pour pints, though, Sarah? Because I think you might have poured the worst pint I've ever... I mean, for heaven's sake.
Excuse me, I apparently...
Do you want a little beer with that head?
But I apparently did really well.
Who said that? Who said that?
The PR person. but the good news is that I think I persuaded the director to give me a cameo part.
No.
Yeah. So I'm going to practice my pint pulling.
And you're going to pop up.
And I'm going to have hot pot.
Yes.
Yeah, and I apparently...
Get leopard print out.
Get the
Start wearing leopard print.
Yeah, all right. Lovely. Yeah. And apparently what else I have to do is I have to speak Northerner. So I'm very sorry to all Northerners watching, but I have to say mug.
Mug.
Have I said it right? Mug.
I'm from Essex. I can't comment on
I think it's close enough. Mug.
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 Okay.
Have that beer in the mug.
but I think that it is extraordinary. You said about living every moment. You know, a mastectomy last year, here I am now. And when I was there at the Nightingale Hospital yesterday, I went past and no cameras, nobody saw.
No.
And I just put my hand on this lady and she said, I'm really frightened. I don't know what to do. Are you sure it's going to be all right? And I said, have you met Derek and Eric? You know, I said, look, it's okay. You can do it. And I'm here. And she just looked at me and she went, oh, OK, so it's not so frightening. And I said, the worst thing that is the fear of your own mind.
Yes.
And when you actually get to it, I can say that, I went through thinking I was my demise. From the Royal Free Hospital to the next hospital, I thought, that's it. And it's your mind. And so that's why I'm talking about it, Kat, really, and Ben. And that's why I'm talking about nature and I'm talking about everything is, come on.
It's so important, though, Sarah. But also the other thing that I think has been really, really tangible is seeing Princess Kate going through what she's going through and seeing her being so public. And the King, of course.
Yes.
You know...
Well, I mean, the video that I think that the Princess did was just incredible.
Beautiful.
I mean, I was so moved.
Yeah.
You know,
how is she doing,
beautiful.
Sarah?
Yeah, well, she's just showing the world what it is to really look after yourself and self-love in order to help others. And I think that's extraordinary, what she's doing. And then I loved when the King went to the Cancer Research UK, CRUC, and actually sat on the sofa. And of course, it's coming from a place of empathy because he does understand. And that was yesterday, the first time when I was sitting there with someone. It's not just, I understand, patronising. It's, I know.
Yes.
And so I think to be able to talk about it is real. And I think we have to. And I think that's why you two, by the way, do an amazing job. And you're just so good to watch.
Aww.
And I think you ought to, I think everyone wants to say that to you, but I'm saying it to you.
Oh, well,
but
thank you.
If I didn't have you, how could I get the message about prevents cancer out there?
Yeah. And there isn't a greater message because you actually weren't going to go for your check. It was like on a day where it was a hot day and you weren't going to go and your sister bullied you into doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're sitting here now.
Well, yeah, exactly. The drive that saved my life, yeah. And that's what I wanted to say. If anyone's watching and they're sitting at the end of the bed saying, no, I can't possibly go because it might be bad news. No, it's not bad news. Go anyway because there'll be a solution even if it is... It's not bad news, even if it is literally really frightening, go anyway, because there will be solutions. And
do something about it.
And I do want for Sally, I love Sally, and I would just want to say that it's, you know, the preventscancer.org.uk. If you go online, you can get all the answers to any solutions, any questions you have.
Amazing.
You're gonna give us some answers.
We need
answers.
answers.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.